There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that a little bit later. Guys, welcome back to another week of The Rundown. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and this is the show for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. We are going to be talking a little bit about a writer who wrote a children's book and it was arrested later. We have some Freaky Friday 2 news and some early reviews of the Little Mermaid movie. So I won't be able to transition the way I normally do because I already could tell that there was a problem with the sound that I'm simultaneously fixing right now, because if I didn't do what I just did behind the scenes a few seconds ago, you wouldn't be able to hear my wife's microphone. Hey babe, how you doing?
I'm good, babe.
And also via satellite. She hates being via satellite, but there she is. Tabatha, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
All right, I did it. All right, I fixed the mic. Guys didn't see what I was freaking out, man, because I don't think they'll be able to hear the sound effects. I don't know what's right. The sound effects are, for some reason, on a different frequency than the Zoom thing. So there will be no for me. I just realized it. Let's see. I don't know. Tell me if you guys are watching in the live chat. Help me out. I'm about to push a button. Tell me if you guys can hear this. I just did it. If you guys could hear Sarah Catherine Perez say daddy, or if you can hear the for me, let me know in the sound in the I don't think you could. You probably can't. But guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us for another week of The Rundown. Like I said, we're going to talk about some topics here. First, before we do that, guys, if you ever want to hit us up online, you can always check us out on Instagram, on the Twitter, on the Facebook. We are currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. But if you can't catch us on our live stream show during one of those platforms, you can also catch us on the podcast. So, if you also are not a member, you can also become a member of our Patreon. I don't know why the Patreon is not flashing. Okay, that's the first glitch. The lower third's not showing our Patreon. Or if you want to become a member on YouTube, that's where you can get the exclusives. So let's get right into this. Kevin Myers, thanks, man. Thanks for letting me know the sound effects are not working. Now, thanks, Kevin, for being in the lower third. Let me see if the lower third is working. There we go. That's what Kevin thinks of me. He says, "You're nothing. You're nothing. Everything you tried to do amounts to absolutely nothing." Sorry, man. I'm sorry I let you down, man. But if the sound effects did work, then we wouldn't be able to hear Tabatha criticizing.
I mean, that's way more important.
That's way more important. So, without further ado, Joy, if you don't mind, tell us what the first. Let's start with the force feed. I think I need like a force feed, like transition sound, like you know. Didn't you sing a jingle?
I would like to forget that moment. I think I've blacked it out pretty well.
Yeah, something like entertainment news and sake. Ding! And then a little chime. Ding! All right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I just gave a little behind the scenes of what might be in Tabatha's cup. Anywho. So, Joe, what is up with the force feed right now? First up.
There are rumors that Jamie Foxx's family should prepare for the worst. Should Disney move? And what state or city should they go to?
First starting off with Jamie Foxx things. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard that, Jamie Foxx has been in the hospital for a while now. And
they still really have never said officially, they just keep saying a medical event.
Yeah, we don't know if it was a heart attack. We don't.
You get speculation. Some have said a stroke. Some said an aneurysm, heart attack. But no one's confirmed anything. His family has just said it was a medical event. Mm-hmm. And that was that.
The only thing I think that we can maybe assess from them claiming it's a medical event, that it's a long-term affecting thing. Most people don't use that term unless it's something that's going to have a long-term effect.
Right. And it very well could be, but the thing about the Foxx family, if there's one thing we do know about the Foxxes, is they have been real good at keeping their personal stuff personal. There's been some times when Jamie's probably been in the spotlight for some things that he probably didn't want, but for the most part, you don't really hear anything with the Foxx family. really rarely ever do. So they just might have it could be bad. It could be nothing major. It could be something that they just need to, watch him over him. Maybe it's something where he can't work properly.
I know he was finishing up filming.
Yeah, on something.
They were in the very last
of it.
Of it.
But for the one thing we do know is that they keep it tight and sealed. Who's this in the chat? It says Ricky says, "What's up? Yo, what's up? Watch Knights of the Zodiac." I'm gonna keep that up for wait, Knights of the Zodiac.
I have no idea.
Watch Knights of the Zodiac. Remind me, Ricky, what that one's about, and I'll bring that up later after the force feed. But I think I heard about that, but I have not seen it, because I think I've heard of it. But right now, if you guys have anything to say on Jamie Foxx or anything like that, let us know, and I'm gonna be monitoring the chat. Anything else on that tabs or anything that we heard of?
No, I don't. Like we said, we don't know much.
Yeah, we're just sitting in the same boat. What was the next?
Disney. Should they?
Oh yeah.
Hightail it out and go somewhere.
I can't. So the whole speculation is Disney going to move from? If you guys don't know, all right. So Disney and Florida are kind of getting into it, about the don't say gay bill and whatnot. So people were wondering, is Disney going to just pack up and like you don't like the 75,000 jobs we bring to this state? I'm getting them out of here, man.
I don't think Disney should move. I think they should just succeed.
Really
they should secede from the state
and
just separate themselves.
I heard they're putting sand out offshore and building an island. I heard all kinds. It's not happening. Disney has been there years before all this, and they will be here years afterward. They just all they're gonna do is cross their arms, is beat them back with their lawyers, and be like, the mouse never loses.
It's not that easy to
pack up.
That's a lot of property and a lot of
they got the Millennium Falcon up there, man.
A lot of money and stuff. It's not just like a traveling circus where it's like, here, let's load it on the trailer and get out of
Barnum and
here.
Bailey. Now, the reason why, and not to get into all the whole politics about it, but the reason why I brought it up was to have a little fun with it. If Disney were to be like, we're going to move. This is not happening because financially it wouldn't make any sense. But if any states that you guys would recommend?
Well, they're not coming to Texas because that doesn't help.
I mean, we got the space. That's why I brought it up. We got the space. We just shut down Astroworld.
But it would
Abbott
be
is
stupid
right
for
there
them
with
to make a lateral move.
Yeah, Abbott and DeSantis might as well be brothers somewhere like there.
Yes.
Well, that's the political side of it. Politically, yes, but financially, I think Texas would be like, we ain't gonna make those stupid. All right, we crazy, but we're not that crazy.
I don't know. Abbott's
With the way Texas is going.
Yeah, not too far off. What other cities? If just to play around with it, what other cities would you recommend?
I don't know.
I heard North Carolina.
I was literally gonna say North Carolina only because, or like Myrtle Beach, if they were to take over Myrtle Beach because it's a super touristy area with the same sort of climate, that it would be a pretty easy transition. Maybe it wouldn't be Dirty Myrtle anymore.
Dirty Myrtle? I've never heard. Is that what they call it? Dirty Myrtle?
Yes.
I've never heard it called that before.
It's like really trashy partying is really what Myrtle Beach is. But yeah, they keep trying to class it up. It's just not classy.
That's a bumper sticker. Myrtle Beach. It's not classy. I can't think of anywhere. The messed up thing about it is every state that I think of it's one of the southern states. I would New Orleans is what I heard suggested. Because you got one in California, you got Disneyland in California, then they made Disney World. New York, there's no space. It would be that would be a.
Well, you need a warmer climate because you're wanting to be able to be open more days out of the year. So if you go somewhere where there's actual seasons, that's going to affect a lot of their
because Disneyland's pretty much a year round.
Yeah. Puerto Rico. Make people have to go. Hey, you never know. All right, guys, if you have any other suggestions of where you think Disneyland should, it's not happening, but if it were to happen, what else would you see? I mean, is Euro Disney still a thing? I don't know. All right, what was the next one?
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. It's officially happening.
Freaky
Friday.
Freaky Friday
Number 2.0.
The question is, what do you think the plot's going to be about? Did everybody here see Freaky Friday?
Many times. My kids grew up loving that.
Yeah. That was at the height of Lindsay's powers, right? That was it. And she's currently, so I looked it up. Jamie Lee Curtis was like 42 when they filmed that one. Lindsay, as of right now, she's 36, I believe, when I looked it up. She's 36 currently. So by the time this movie were to come out, she'd probably be 37, maybe 38.
I'm sure it would be about kids, grandkids, or whatever.
That's what I'm thinking it's going to be about. I'm thinking whatever the effect that happened to them last time, it's going to happen to Jamie Lee, Lindsay, and another daughter. Or maybe a son. I think it's going to go around and around, like maybe like Body Snatchers, kind of like, now I'm mom, now I'm grandma, and now I'm the granddaughter or the grandson. Just keeps switching around. Like, what do you think?
Maybe she has maybe Lindsay Lohan's character has like a kid who's non-rebellious and a do-good, and she just doesn't get her kid because she's like wanted to be the pop star band person that was grunge. It would just be interesting to see how it goes.
I would thought that movie was well done. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and I understand why it didn't happen so fast. I know Lindsay was having her issues and whatnot, but it seems like the stars kind of aligned now that Lindsay is having a little comeback with her career. She's starting to rebuild and get back out there again. But I think it was when Jamie Lee won that Oscar. It was like, all right, now let's okay, all right, Miss Curtis. Yeah, now let's talk. So. But here's the problem: that when you waited so long to get it going, now you definitely got to pay Miss Curtis more. She's an Oscar winner now. But I mean, what? I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna say something mean, so I'm not gonna say it. I was about to say, you've got to pay one actor more, but the other, so so I'm not gonna go there. I kind of did, but I won't say it. Moving on. That's the last one for the force feed. I think that was it, right? Yeah, I'm looking at the old notes. I was about to say Tom Holland is sober again, but we already talked about that yesterday. Guys, let us know what what are you guys talking about in the chat right there? What do we have going on? Anybody else sharing any questions, comments, concerns?
No, Nixon is excited that they're bringing it.
That's all coming back. Yeah. They both talked about the idea for a sequel for a long time. It's good that said, please tell me Lindsay's character will still be in a band. It would be funny if like the experience, because the whole thing about the first movie was like the mom, the daughter was rebellious, the mom was like very structured and trying to just being a mom, trying to take care of her kids. And what if Jamie Lee is now more, after being a kid again, more rebellious, and then Lindsay is now the fuddy-duddy and like it's like totally reversed. Like Jamie Lee's the one that's outgoing and acting like the rebel. I think that might happen.
Could be.
Jamie might be the one in the band.
Well,
maybe
she's
going through like a midlife crisis and she's getting all her.
They have that theory about grandparents. Yeah. That like when they were parents, it was like, we don't go out to McDonald's, we ain't got money for this, but once it become grandma, it's, you can have anything you want.
Yeah.
You want at McDonald's? Let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah. You want a burger? Get a burger. But I think it's gonna include a third, like a daughter, or maybe it'll be just Lindsay and her child going through it, and then maybe Jamie Lee will be. But no, you got to throw Jamie Lee in the mix. I think it's gonna be a thing where it's three people. Or maybe more. Hell, maybe if Lindsay has more than one child, it could just be a whole bunch of crazy, like you're saying, body snatchers type of thing. Guys, let us know what you guys think. What would you like to see come out of this movie? I think it's time for it's been time. That was a good movie. I thought it was pretty fun. Let us know what you guys think, and let's move on to the next topic. What was it? Oh yeah, that's right. It was one more in the force feed.
Across the Spider-Verse is looking to track huge 70 million to 80 million opening. The original opened at 35 million.
I keep putting up the wrong image out there. It was I was trying to go to this thing right here, and We caught Tabatha. She was in the middle of toking up or whatever she was doing. I don't know. Did we already hit the thing already? The 10 minute. See, I told you it probably wouldn't reset until I did it. Yeah. So we're already getting the warning. So let's reset it real quick, and I'll go off screen. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We're talking about Zoom, guys. We had I have to reset Zoom because it's gonna kick her out. I'm not paying for the
we don't use it really
the business the extended ones anymore. So it gives us like 30 minutes. So we're gonna bring Tabs back in a second. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first one made like 35 million in the box office when it debuted. It was very successful. Made over 300 million plus overall. But the sequel is on track to make, what did it say? 70
to 80 million.
70 to 80 million, which is great. That's just more, which means that it's on. If it's a good movie, it's on track to make 500 million plus, maybe more, in the box office. And people were speculating that maybe it could make $1 billion. I was like, I hope so, but I doubt it. But maybe the next one. If anything, the next one could make $1 billion. Did I ever convince you to watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I've seen quite a bit of it because you've played it here at the house with the kids watching.
And you did, of course, and it's one of those cartoons. Like, she doesn't watch animation all that much, but I know you would get a kick out of it if you watch it. I'm just waiting for Tabs to come back in if she's ready. Let's see where we at. So we're still waiting for Tabs to come in, but I know that. Yeah, part 2 is not going to make $1 billion, but part 3, what is it? I think what's the third one? This is Into the Spider-Verse. This one, the next one is called Across the Spider-Verse, and the next one after that is going to be Up and Tickling the Spider-Verse. What is it? What's it going to be called? I'm like, hold on. I think we got Tabs back in. Hold on, let's see if she's back. Tabs, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, and there's an echo now too. That's going to be fun. Jeez, Tabs.
I can't hear it.
There we go. We got her back. All right. What was that you were saying about Into the Spider-Verse? You never saw it, right?
No.
Do I need to lower that volume? Because I'll figure it out. All right. So let's know what you guys think about Into the Spider-Verse. Do you think that it's going to make $1 billion? It's not. But do you think the third one might? But I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see that one. Oh, you guys forgot to remind me. I had some news for.
Well, you didn't tell us when. Like, I thought you meant at the end.
No, right at the top of the show. I got some Comic Palooza news. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how we're excited about the guys from the boys are going to be in.
Added a new.
Yeah, they added what's that name? Starlight. Yeah, from the boys.
Because Carl Urban canceled.
Yeah.
So they had to find a replacement.
But we got Starlight. Also, I was contacted by Comic Palooza. I don't know if I told you this, Tabs. I've been reaching out to him on email because I was freaking out just like last year about our access to it. Wasn't hearing anything, so I saw that they post something on Twitter. So I just asked, "Hey, what's going on with the passes? Right? When do we go up there to get them?" Like, whoever was on the response was like that on that day. Like, you have on that Friday when it begins before the event really starts. That's when I think that's what I did last. I just couldn't remember. I think that's what we did last year, and it was on the day of. That's when we're getting our access. So. We're still fine. I know we were planning, like, I don't know, worst case scenario, might have to pay for our access, but according to them, we're fine. Okay. So we're gonna be at Comic Palooza when they're here in Houston, and covering all the nonsense. We have a way we're gonna try to sneak backstage and get totally shit faced drunk with all the stars that are out there. Yeah, you want my autograph, man? Stuff like that. So. It's gonna be fun. We talked about that we're gonna do so are we still planning on synchronizing our costumes? Power Rangers?
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Are we not doing that?
No.
The Black Ranger, man. I'm already. I'm not. We're not doing that. All right.
Oh, I refuse wholeheartedly to be the Pink Ranger. I don't want it. No.
Who said you're Rita Repulsa? Anyway, let's move on to the next. To the main topic on the show, guys. Hey, what do we got for the main topic here?
A Utah mom wrote a kid's book about grief after her husband's death. Now she's charged with his murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. She brought the attention to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did.
Kouri Richins, the author of Are You With Me?, faces murder charges for the death of her husband, Eric Richins, in 2022. Kouri Darden Richins, 33, is facing first-degree aggravated murder and 3 second-degree felony charges of possessing a controlled substance with the intent to distribute. Here's a rundown of statements from the accused and investigators.
So before I show that, Tabs, you heard about this story?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like how she killed him. They found an abnormal amount of fentanyl in his body, and like the whole thing is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it blew my mind, like the fact that she she created a book and was playing into it, the whole thing about grief and everything. But guys, I have a quick little bullet point of kind of what happened. We go full screen right here. It was March 4th, 2022. She made Eric, her husband, a drink, and around 3 a.m. she called the police saying that he was like stone cold to the touch. Let me see if I have the full report here because I forgot to. There we go. Let me read this off. All right. Around 3 a.m. she felt Eric was cold to the touch. That is when the defendant called 911. On April 6th, 2023, a year later, Kouri appeared on Good Things Utah, a segment on an ABC affiliate KTVX, to promote her new book, children's book. Kouri Richins said her husband died unexpectedly. By May this year, 2023, a medical examiner performed an autopsy on Eric and determined that he died from a fentanyl overdose. Prosecutors alleged that Eric Richins was poisoned by a lethal dose of fentanyl. They went into her phone records, uncovered several communications with an acquaintance of hers who had various drug counts. Kouri allegedly contacted the acquaintance and asked for, quote unquote, some of the Michael Jackson stuff and asked specifically for fentanyl. The acquaintance allegedly procured 15 to 30 fentanyl pills in exchange for $900 back in February 2022. That's what her ex-husband or former husband, deceased, was worth. $900.
Lord.
What do you think about this? Go ahead.
The scary part is that that much fentanyl is only $900.
Yeah.
Because of how deadly fentanyl is. That's the terrifying part.
It's
her being a sociopath and wanting to kill her husband, honestly, is not even that far off what's normal these days. So the crazy part is the cost of fentanyl to me.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Jackson didn't die of a fentanyl overdose anyways.
But she wanted both, I guess, the fentanyl and the milk. What was that medicine called?
Propofol. It's white. It's a milky. Looks like milk.
That's what Michael called it, the milk, to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. So I guess her plan.
That's what they use during surgeries to knock you out.
Yeah.
And well, the scary thing about it is that, and I told my wife after this whole thing, like, it's like, baby, have I told you how much I like, because.
Well, didn't we also read that one of the husband told one of his friends?
Yeah,
I think my wife's trying to
it was around the first time when he started feeling weird about stuff. Like he had the foresight to include somebody else in it. Like if anything ever happens, but I think she's poisoning me and stuff. And that's what me and Joy talked about afterwards. It's like, okay, if you even have this, I told Joy straight up, if I had this gut feeling, I'm fucking out of here, man. Like. I think.
Did they say like, was he like abusive? Was there any reason other than she just didn't like him?
I don't know. I'm sure it'll end up on True Crime Snapped or whatever with some long story about what her whole plan.
we all know that's going to be the defense. The thing that's going to work against her is the whole year of. We all do it after someone dies. We talk people up, but she wrote a whole book about how much she was loved and he was this and he was great and stuff. But you're right. You know that's gonna be her defense.
Well, or some other unknown backstory, like he had a girlfriend, or someone will uncover that she was seeing someone, or he had some sort of insurance. Something will come out as to
like what's her why.
Yeah, there's a why in there somewhere.
And you're right. And so far, that hasn't really even come up. Even in the middle of her, right now it's still alleged. She's just arrested until her trial. She's not convicted of anything yet, but this is what she's arrested for. But let's say if she's found guilty. I mean, in the middle. I mean, you're gonna have to defend yourself, but the prosecution's gonna have an easy time disproving everything because they're gonna use her book against her. Obviously, they've gotten the evidence that they needed to make the arrest, but that whole year, covering her tracks, and to cover her tracks, she was building up how great their relationship was. So if I was the DA, that's what I would use against her the whole time. So even if there was abuse, or if in her mind she needed to do, I mean, she spent the year talking him up about how great it was and this and that and the other. That's just, I don't know. I'm not on the jury, so I don't know. We all know that we're probably going to hear a defense. That's probably going to be the go-to
her reason could be absolute greed. It's just I'm curious what's going to come out as her reason.
And I think I noticed that she was a real estate agent. You know, I'm a realtor, so that's interesting because I just imagine what her broker was going through when this first started off. Because one of the images that I looked up when I saw her a couple of her pictures was her real estate advertisement with her phone number and everything.
The videos that were on TikTok today, the comments were killing me because people were like, I knew she did it when I saw the side part in her hair. That deep side part totally gave it away. And I was like, what? Man, these people are getting.
Yeah, you know how the internet is. You know, they're gonna be savage and make fun of her and stuff. It's like anybody that bleaches their teeth that milky white has got to be a. But look at this book. Look at that's an image of him as an angel in the clouds, and they had. I just feel like the three boys. They have three young boys. I think 10 and younger, if I'm not mistaken. That is wild. I mean, first you lose your dad, and then mom goes to jail. That is.
Trust me, I've
be
seen
tough.
Enough of those snaps. They'll be like. Kouri Richins had it all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was prom queen.
Oh,
she was
snapped. those true.
That's a pretty good intro there, Joy.
Yeah. The rundown is going to be true crime. Why do they always talk so soft? It's like, they were a quiet family in Utah and this and that. I couldn't hold my composure. Huh?
Scarier when it's quiet.
It is, but I couldn't.
It's creepier.
My true crime podcast would be ghetto as hell. This girl crazy. Look what she did. Got the fentanyl.
And then you need that the unsolved mysteries playing in the background.
Yeah.
Scaring everybody. They can't sleep at night.
But that's wild, man. I feel bad for the whole the boys and the whole family, and the best friend also talked about it too. His best friend. And so I guess we're just gonna see what's gonna come of it later, guys. If those comment sections are wild. That's what Dixon's selling in those comment sections are genuinely hilarious more often than not.
The deep side part, man. I didn't know that was sketchy, but apparently it is.
Look at her. Look right there. Look at the look in her eyes. Look at that. Look at the hair. The hair part. Look at the jawline. Psycho. No. Allegedly psycho.
Allegedly a psycho.
Allegedly, yeah. Yeah, it's all in the eyes. All right, guys, let us know what you guys think about that. If there's any other information on it, we might cover. I don't know. It's just, I just thought it was wild because it was trending online. So, like I said, we don't just cover entertainment news. Sometimes we cover the things that are just trending and what people are talking about. So that was what was up, and I was like, that's wild. So we'll have to talk about it. All right, moving on to the last main. Oh, my voice! I just went through puberty for a second. The last main topic. What was it? Guardians of the Galaxy news.
Ever since James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, was fired from Disney because of old tweets, then immediately hired at Warner Brothers to do Suicide Squad, then rehired at cost to finish out the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy and Christmas special, then hired at Warner Brothers to head the new DC studios with Peter Safran, people wondered if he would be bringing any of his Guardian actors over to DC, which he simply replied, yeah. So we have a few casting suggestions, and we want to hear from you guys on which DC characters could the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy play.
I guess we're not going to give any spoilers away, because Tabs, you still haven't seen Guardians yet, right? Volume 3.
I've had 0 time.
0 time, but all right. But you know of the Guardians, so
yeah.
Starting with, first I'm gonna show the actor on the display here, and we'll give a quick characters that they could play, what people have said. We have Chris Pratt, and that is on his is that his right? Or is that his left? That's his right. On the R left, that's the original Blue Beetle. In the right, that is Booster Gold, DC character, future character Booster Gold. I think that he would be a better Booster Gold because Booster Gold is a silly, goofy dude. It's more of a
like Greatest American Hero type dude?
No, he's okay. So I'm glad you asked this. Booster Gold is a loser. Like, I think he was a janitor, like from the future. Like, if you're in the comment section, if you can correct me, because I don't know much about. From what I know, Booster Gold is a guy from the future who took future tech and went back in time to make money. He figured that he could use future knowledge and future tech to be a hero in the 21st century or 20th century or whatever when he first got here to just make money. And he's a silly, like Batman like cannot stand him. He's always joking around. He's a silly goofball. He's a very Peter Quill type character. But that's just the suggestions that have been out there. But just looking at Chris Pratt, Tabatha, do you know any DC characters that you think Chris Pratt might be able to fit?
So I am not a huge DC fan.
But you love Batman.
No, you love Batman and force everyone around you to love Batman. I, however...
Batman is the Rhea Ripley of DC.
I am a V for Vendetta lover. Now, I would love that to be, like, extended upon and done. But that's not a Chris Pratt role for me. Obviously, I can't. Yeah, he wouldn't.
I don't think he would be good for that character either. I would see him for Booster Gold. What about you, baby? Any DC characters that you know of that you think Chris Pratt would fit?
No, because I don't even know who these people are.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's gonna fill in the gaps. I guess, guys, in the comment section, if any DC lovers out there that can help me out, because these two don't know what's going on. So let's just keep going with the suggestions here that I have out here. Let's see what we got. Full screen. Let's go. Next suggestion. We have Gamora herself. Hawk Girl. I don't know if you ever heard of Hawkman, but there's a Hawk Girl or Hawk
Yeah,
Woman.
I know who Hawk Girl is, actually.
Or the sorceress named Zatanna. She's a sorceress.
I don't know her.
Her superpower is that all her magic spells are incantations that she says backwards. So she'll say regular sentences like,
she's gonna be like Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Like levitate and fly into the sun. That would be a magic spell, but she would have to say it backwards. That's how her powers work. So that's a character.
That is intensely a headache all the time.
I mean, she's a master of it though. It's like when me and Joe are being intimate. If I want to get it going, I just have to say muck.
No. Vetoed. Veto. Yeah, no.
You guys know what I'm saying about, right? Anyway, Okay, so who do you think she could play? Any characters that you know of? Like I've even heard Wonder Woman was suggested for. What do you think?
I mean, I'd love to see her as Wonder Woman, but I love her, like love her, all the way back to like Center Stage to movie times. I think actually Hawkgirl would kind of be interesting, but I don't know that sorceress character at all to really make an opinion.
Oh yeah, Google it. There's a bunch of images on there that you would love.
Oh yeah.
There she is, right there behind Gagan's gun right there.
Okay, I love a lady in a bow tie, so I'm all for it.
All right, moving on to the next character. Okay, Dave Bautista. Two characters that were suggested were Lex Luthor and another Batman villain, Clayface. An actor who got into a chemical accident and now he's like a muck monster, shape-shifting kind of a thing.
I don't like him for Lex Luthor, but I like him for Clayface.
And Clayface is the character that they said they're going to use for the next Batman movie, the Batman, the one.
I could see Clayface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lex Luthor, honestly, it needs to be less of a meathead and more of I need more businessman aspect and less meathead aspect from an appearance standpoint.
Now, and we're all agreeing. It sees that even Kevin is saying that I can see him as a Clayface. So we're all in agreement on that. There is another person who played Lex Luthor in Smallville. It's Michael Rosenbaum. He played Lex Luthor in that Smallville TV show, and people consider him one of the best Lex Luthors of all time.
Yeah, because he was more the way he played that character was a very manipulative, mind-driven character. What makes Lex Luthor such a villain is his conniving ways, his mind, and the evilness of that, and how he goes about that. And in the Smallville show, he really did play that role well.
And the reason why I bring it up is because Michael Rosenbaum has been in these Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He was even in the third one. It was a character that it was all made up. You couldn't tell who he was. But I was surprised to find out he was in there. So I know he's not going to be, because he's not a main character, he's not going to be on this list. But it would blow people's mind if he could convince Michael Rosenbaum to play Lex Luthor again. Now that he's older, and I went through puberty again. Oh, he's older. I mean, he to me was one of the best Lexes that we've ever had. So that would be interesting. I would love to see Michael come back. Lex Luthor. What else do we got? Bradley Cooper. Batman. The other suggestion was Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, I could see that.
You would.
I would say I could see Green Lantern for sure.
Y'all are Green Lantern. What about you guys in the comment section? What do you think Bradley Cooper should be? Is he more of a Green Lantern? Is he more of and suggest other characters? I would not want him as a Superman at all.
No.
So
I think Green Lantern would be good based out of like his ability to be charming and humorous in that same sense. He could do Batman because he can do that brooding and stuff.
Batman.
I just don't think that would be the best use of his talent, because I think that he does really, really well when it's a more complex driven character with humor with that humor laid in there. Yeah.
Oh, guess who's back? Hey, Peter Lang. Hey, I don't know if you were here yesterday when we did our show yesterday, but we gave you a shout out because we saw that you gave a goodbye super chat, and we ended the show real fast before we got it displayed. It was we shut the feed off, and right when it shut off, that's when the alarm went off, and it went ding. Peter Lang is trying to say goodbye to you guys, and we were like, oh, sorry about that. So sorry about that. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but we gave you a shout out. So we're doing it again today since I saw you in the chat. So I want to let you know we saw it, and so appreciate you. I hope you didn't think we were being rude and being like, thanks, buddy. And click and just give me the money.
It's like hanging up the phone.
Yeah, just hanging the money. Yeah, he was being all nice. Hey, guys, I just wanted to say good job. Here's a donation. I'm like, click. I just hung up on you, bro. I'm so sorry. My ass was sweating all night after that. I was so nervous. Like, Peter's going to be so fucking mad at me, man. Oh, but I agree. Green Lantern. I would like, maybe if Bradley Cooper was cast, I could see him as a Green Lantern. This Hal Jordan character.
Nixon says, yeah, someone needs to save Green Lantern.
Yes, exactly.
Save?
Exactly.
Someone needs to. Oh, yeah, that's true. After what happened with the Ryan Reynolds one, yeah, it'll be fine. Next up was go back.
Vin Diesel, Mr. Groot.
Vinny D. The suggestion was a DC character named Deadman, which is I think he was like a gangster who died and got some kind of a magic spell that cursed his soul to walk the earth forever. But the only way he can fight and communicate is when he possesses somebody. He can't touch anything, or he's a ghost. And the only way he can actually, interact with the physical world is when he possesses people. But his character's name is Deadman. Or Bane, another character, a DC character that we're kind of familiar with. The only reason why before moving tab, what do you think about those two in that picture?
Feel like, I don't know Deadman, so it's hard for me to make an opinion on that. But I'm real hesitant with him playing Bane.
Me too.
Only because I'm pretty partial to the previous role, but. And I'm not a huge Vin Diesel fan.
Chris voices Bane frequently.
In bed.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you? I don't want to say that. Like, every time I turn the R&B music on in the background, I turn the lights off, and then I slowly climb into bed, and then hear all Joy can hear is, I was born in the darkness. I'm gonna leave my socks on the whole time.
Oh God, poor Joy.
Joy, where'd you go? I can't feel you.
Stop.
I can't put my sound effects on, so I have to do that.
Oh my God. Poor Joy.
I'm like,
what
are you doing? Get your finger out of there. Anyway, all right.
Peter Lane said Red Hood.
For who? For
I don't know. He just typed in Red Hood.
Red Hood is a Batman. Was it Dick Grayson, one of the Robins who died and came back as Red Hood, and he's in the Bat family. But who? Not Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel would be too old. And the reason and why I agree with Tabatha about him not being Bane, because what's the name? Aquaman. What's the name? Jason Momoa was campaigning. I think he was campaigning to play Bane.
Nixon feels like Tom Hardy was a solid Bane.
Yeah, for that.
He really was.
For that movie, yeah. But does he fit? But does Tom Hardy fit in whatever vision that James Gunn is going to have? And he said no to Jason Momoa. So I think if he said Jason Momoa, I think he would probably say no to Vin Diesel. I mean, I know they have two different acting styles, but I mean, they're similar in age. I know Jason's bigger, but I don't know. I just feel like if he says no to Jason Momoa, but has something planned for Jason Momoa, but I don't think he would pick Vin Diesel to be.
I want to see Poison Ivy again, like a good
we're getting there. So we got we had
yes.
We had Kelly. What's her name? Karen Gillan. Suggested for Batgirl and Poison Ivy.
And she already has a lovely accent. I know Poison Ivy doesn't have an accent like that, but
maybe a Jersey accent. What do you?
Let her have her accent's amazing. Let her have her accent for Poison Ivy. It would be miraculous. Love it.
I thought you said you didn't like red. No, you said you're not into blondes, right? You said not.
Yeah, I'm not into blondes.
But redhead.
I love me a redhead.
Mm-hmm. What about Catwoman? You couldn't see her as Catwoman?
I think that
for me,
I know I almost said it. For my opinion of like her acting style, from what I've seen, yeah, she could do Catwoman, I think, really well. But I really think that she would make a really good Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Like, I just like the idea of her as a Poison Ivy.
And
she said Karen Gillan's been campaigning for
that. I was just about to bring it up because we were talking about this yesterday about when I was thinking about making this a topic. You said that you saw that it was Margot Robbie who said.
Margot Robbie says she's
ready to come back
to do Harley Quinn again, and she wants the Harley Quinn Poison Ivy love
story. And the reason why, and I was like, I couldn't find anything recent. I know she said that a couple months ago, but I couldn't find anything recent. The thing that happened recently was Karen Gillan saying that she would play Poison Ivy, and that's why it was attached to what Margot Robbie said.
I'll watch it.
Oh yeah. So the question is, Tabatha, do you want to see Margot Robbie and Karen Gillan kiss?
I would die, explode, just fully explode. Could not handle it whatsoever. Literally, that would be like a legit fantasy for me. So yeah, I'm
Karen Gillan and Margot Robbie kissing in the and then Bane in the background. Yes, yes.
Kevin Meyer.
Bane is not allowed in there.
Kevin Meyer says, kind of in relation to Red Hood, who could they get to play Nightwing? Because they could do some really interesting stuff with Nightwing.
So who says this?
Kevin Meyer.
Kind of in oh, sorry. let me put you on, since we got your mail. This is kind of in relations to Red Hood. Who could you get for Nightwing? I would say Kevin Hart.
I don't know who Nightwing is. So.
Robin, the first Robin, when he left and became his own man. Kevin Hart. No, I'm just joking.
He has, okay, first of all, like, some of, like, what they portray, you know, Robin to be is sort of like this, woe is me, always in the shadow of Batman, kind of, like, if they're running on that kind of personality, Kevin Hart could do it from that would make a great comedy. Like, him constantly wanting to be as good as Batman and failing at it, like a Teen Titans kind of vibe. But Kevin Hart doing
I would first rather Kevin Hart play that character that Morgan Freeman played in the Dark Knight in the Christian Bale movies. The guy who was doing all the technology stuff before he would ever play a former Robin. But if he I could see him playing that Morgan Freeman character, that guy who.
No, he would make think of it on a comedy level, not on a all right. Don't get crazy geek on me right now. I'm talking about on a comedy level.
This coming from the person who does not respect Batman. That's why you're saying this.
No, but think of it like Teen Titans, okay? Think of it like that kind of Robin personality, okay? The woe is me, the little man syndrome. Like, that would work as a really funny freaking movie.
No.
Nixon says Karen Gillan has done Poison Ivy cosplay on her social media.
Oh, damn.
And
okay, I'm going to have to go look.
She also says the gay panic is real.
Oh, yeah.
What gay panic?
They don't know about that gay panic, Nixon. They don't know.
Okay. After the show, you have to explain it. All right, guys. I think we had was it one more suggestion? Nebula.
Mantis. Palm Clement.
Oh, that was Nebula. I'm sorry. Yeah. Mantis. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how to say her last name.
Clementine.
Clementif.
Let's see, full screen. There we go. The suggestions were Livewire, which is a Superman villain, a woman who like all electricity. And I guess she got into an accident and she became an electric person. Or from the Wonder Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate. There was the suggestion. What do you? Okay, just by pure laughter. Yeah.
Form into the shape of a mop.
Yeah.
And a bucket
but
of water.
Obviously it would be a more serious version of it. It wouldn't just be like in the shape form of pterodactyl, shape of bucket of water. No, she would probably be a person that there'll be a shapeshifter, a person who transforms into animals, and the other one is like using water powers in a cool way, not the justice
in a cool way.
Yeah, not in the Hanna-Barbera way. That pisses me off. All right, what's going on before we close show? Because unless you want to reset for another 20 minutes, but we're about to close the show out anyway.
Peter Lane says he's got to go and check out Poison Ivy and cosplay Karen Gillan.
All right, yeah. I mean, after the show, I think that's what we're all going to be doing. We're going to be checking that out. We all know that's what Tabatha's doing right now. She's reaching over to her with her free hand to her remote control.
And And he also said Morgan Freeman's character was
Lucius Fox. That's right. Appreciate it. Yeah. Kevin Hart as Lucius Fox. That's what we need. Real fast, before we end it off, guys, let us know what you guys think about these suggestions. If you have any other Guardians of the Galaxy characters that you think would fit in these DC roles, let us know in the comments and let's talk about it a little bit more. Real fast, before we close the show out, because we got like 5 minutes left, I think, before Tabatha gets booted out of here for this, for a tight 30-minute show that we just produced today. Early reviews just came out for The Little Mermaid, and I wanted to read them off really quick. Nope, that's the wrong. Where is it? There we go. Let's go full screen here. Let's get us all up on here. So they just premiered The Little Mermaid recently, and The Little Mermaid has been having its the haters and stuff. Why can't they keep her a redhead? Black people can be redheads, by the way. It's true. There are black redheads. Why they have to change the race and all that stuff? I get it. Fine. All right. But let the girl sing the damn song. But we got some early reviews from people who saw it. So let's start off with from Jazzy. Is it Tanke? Disney's live action is magical, emotional, and enchanting. Rob Marshall just directed Disney's best ever live action. I'm pretty sure all these reviews are going to be positive here on Variety. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Alan Merkin's beautiful music shines. Haley Bailey is absolutely extraordinary, and Melissa McCarthy is a badass Ursula. Okay. Let's see. Courtney Howard's Little Mermaid, charming but incredibly spotty. Okay, they're not all good reviews. Haley Bailey, Jonah Harrier King, Melissa McCarthy, and Javier Bardem put their hearts and soul into a film that can escape an animated legacy. Best when it leans into campy bonkers, yet limits its fantasy elements for no reason. Okay, there's a thing against it. It says it was spotty. All right. Simon Thompson says, endearing but uneven. The Little Mermaid doesn't deliver the magic of the animated classic, but there are plenty of creative touches from Rob Marshall's that floated the audience's boat. Oh, wah wah. Here come the water puns. Haley Bailey and Melissa McCarthy are great. Devin Diggs and Awkwafina, I forgot she was in that, provide solid comic relief. What do you think? So what do you think? Were you guys even interested in seeing this movie?
I'm obsessed. Like, that was my favorite movie as a kid, The Little Mermaid. Like, I still to this day can recite every word of that movie and sing the song and belt it to its glory. I'm so excited to see this one. I can't wait to take my girls. I mean, I really, really, really hope it's good, and I feel like it will be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm way beyond excited to see this movie.
I mean, like that one, the review you just had up.
I'm sorry. I'll put it back up. I was just trying to see how much time we have left. We have 4 minutes to wrap up.
Kirsten Acuna says, Little Mermaid is filled with a few great performances from Halle Berry and Melissa McCarthy.
Haley Bailey.
But it's mostly paint by numbers remake that isn't as good as the animated masterpiece.
Well, that's don't compare it to it's just like with Aladdin. People were worried that the genie wasn't going to be any good because it's not Robin Williams, but Will Smith made it. He didn't try to outshine Robin Williams. He didn't try to do a Robin Williams impersonation. He made it his own, and I think that was that contributed to the great success of it. As long as they try to make the characters their own, I'm not going to go in looking for the animated Ariel. I'm just trying to see what Haley brings to it.
That's the thing is, if she said paint by numbers, meaning like it's a copy. Exactly. Because if they changed it up, then people would be pissed off.
Which is what they were pissed off with Maleficent.
What would you like?
They were pissed off with all the changes with Maleficent, but they were praising Cinderella for sticking by it. But you can't really say that they stuck by it because it's already being dinged for all the woke race swapping. So it's already going to get hit no matter what they do. So look, I'm just gonna go in there and just sort of watch it for what it is. I'm not gonna.
I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm honestly going in as if I'm going to enjoy seeing it. It may have some things that I didn't like, or it may feel a little slow in some areas. But as someone who literally grew up with The Little Mermaid being her absolute favorite movie, and dyeing my hair the same color at one point in my life because I was so obsessed. Yeah, I know. And I'm just excited to have something nostalgic like that coming back.
Yeah.
I was a teenager when it came out, like high school age, but my friends and I, like, we watched this movie frequently.
Yeah.
It was played and replayed many times.
Yeah. Ariel is my favorite Disney princess, and why, like Tabatha, I love redheads. Also, I think that the 2019 Aladdin is better in nearly every way. There you go. Any other ones that... I think we got them all with her free hand on her... Oh, she's making fun of what I said. You got to put your free hand for the remote. Yeah. All right, before the time runs out, we got 1 minute before Tabatha gets kicked off the playing field. So, guys, that's the early reviews for The Little Mermaid. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow, when we're going to be screening, me and Giovanni are going to be screening Fast and Furious. So I got to go hurry up and watch part 9. But anyway, that's the rundown, guys. Thank you for being in the chat. Joy, if people want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
And also via satellite with one hand on the remote and the other hand playing a guitar. There you go. Okay.
You don't need to know.
Where can they find you online?
You can find me on TikTok at LesHaveFun012 and then on Instagram at Tabatha.Jordan.18. Yeah, that's me.
Outstanding. Thanks, guys, for joining us for another episode of The Rundown. See you again maybe tomorrow. Like I said, I'm trying to do this every day, but 4 times or 3 times a week. And we'll definitely see you next Thursday, hopefully with the whole crew here.
Yes.
And appreciate you guys. Until next time, have a good one.